myself. Chef Joe.
Fried cauliflower. You could do that in the air fryer. That'd be brilliant.
I mentioned that we could have easily done the buffalo
Little
cauliflower.
pine nuts in there.
Now we're getting fancy. Pine nuts. And don't even get me started on the onions that you go, they're not onions, but you go searching for.
Ramps.
Ramps.
Yes,
Yes.
that's coming
You've
up.
got to bring a recipe for ramps
Yes,
to
I
Step-by-Step
will.
Cooking
I
with
will.
Stacy. We are at our final item of the show.
Yes.
Something that was just on In the Kitchen with David on Sunday.
Yes.
And actually, last year when we first brought it, it sold out on David's show. I bought it because it's so stinking cute. I think it's great because if you are downsizing, it's the perfect vessel for you. It is a pressure cooker from Cook's Essentials, but it's a 2-quart. So perfect sizes, even still giving you leftovers if you're a household of 2.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. For 2 people, you're going to have more than enough food coming out of a 2-quart pressure cooker. Absolutely.
And then, or you could just need it for the side dishes, for like as a rice cooker for maybe what you're cooking in the bigger pressure cooker. I want to invite you back here.
Okay.
But just because it's mini, I don't want you to think it's not mighty, because this still has, it's stainless steel, number one, still has all the presets and functions like browning, like keeping warm, slow cooking. So mighty in its meekness.
Exactly. So those presets, including low pressure cooking, high pressure cooking, yes, you can use it as a crock pot. Absolutely, as a slow cooker. You can do eggs in here, rice in here. We did pasta. We did grits a little bit further down. You're going to see
Did you do the cheesy ham grits?
We're doing
We're
the
going to add that.
cheesy ham grits. Yep, we're
they're
doing
the best.
those. Yes.
But talk to me, and then I'll show colors in a minute. But talk to me about pressure cooking, because I know a lot of people tout you can get things done quicker, and you can. But I think if you want to infuse tons of flavor, pressure cooking's where it's at.
That's right, because even when you're using a Dutch oven, let's just say, cast iron or something like that, you still have evaporation, right?
Sure.
With a pressure cooker, all of that moisture, all of that flavor is trapped inside. You'll get a little bit of steam release, but while you're doing active cooking, everything is sealed inside. So it is a total infusion of flavor, and that flavor is intensified when it's locked in that way.
Awesome. So show me something that you have in here. Ooh, pasta.
Yes. So what's wonderful about this, of course, is that you're making this pasta bake in about 7 minutes from dried noodles. So yes, dry. You put your dry pasta in here.
It takes longer to boil water.
I know than it does
pasta
to actually
than it does to actually do the whole entire dish.
And we used a whole wheat pasta in this case. So if you're counting carbs and you're trying to cut back a little bit, a whole wheat pasta or even a gluten-free pasta. But what we did is we put all of our ingredients in there. A nice little cheese pool for you right there. Isn't that beautiful? And we just set it for 6 minutes, and that was it. Done.
Awesome. Let me talk about colors. And I love the finish on this. It's almost like jewelry. It's a metallic finish. So here we have it in that beautiful stainless steel color. Next to that, the red. It's like Dorothy's ruby red slippers.
Yes, it
is stunning. The one next to that is the copper. That's the one that I bought, and I love it. Again, I always hated cooking rice when I did because it would make such a mess on my stovetop.
Yes.
So as a rice cooker, I love this, but I'm going to do so much more, I know.
Yep.
Next to that is the eggplant. How gorgeous. That's like amethyst. These are gem-like colors. And up front here, showing you everything that you'll get, we have it in this beautiful blue color that looks like sapphire, and then the green like an emerald. You're getting a nice spoon with this, along with the measuring cup, so your recipes turn out perfectly. And the cook times, the saving that you get in the kitchen is just fantastic. Starting with just a boneless rib roast, Joe. Traditionally, you're looking at 30 minutes a pound or more. We've knocked that down to almost half that time.
That's right. So for the most part, the rule of thumb is that you're saving at least a third of the amount of time that it takes to cook traditionally. So when you look at, for example, a beef roast, you see that rib roast, it takes almost 35 minutes per pound, and we're cutting it down to 15 minutes per pound, and then so on, right on down the line. Each and every case, you are cutting down the cook time, you're increasing the moisture of the food, it's not drying out. And so, for example, a pot roast, active cooking time, 50 minutes. 20 minutes to brown it, because we're going to use the brown feature.
Okay.
It's a 2 pound.
So awesome. You don't have to get
I know, 2 pound chuck roast.
Okay.
And then 50 minutes, not an hour, not 2 hours, not an hour and a half.
It's falling apart. You can barely even get it out. That's how tender it is.
Now, I want you to see that. This is fork pull-apart tender. Look
Yes.
at that. That is just amazing. I could probably pull this apart just using the ladle. Look
Now,
at that.
could you do a bone,
That's
like a bone-in
amazing.
short rib?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Short ribs, perfect. And by the time they come out of the active cooking process, they're going to be falling off of the bone. Yeah, they're just going to be that tender. I do beef short ribs in pressure cookers all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, because you get 2 meals out of that. You know, here you have the pot roast, and fully we're feeding 2 people here, but we're also going to have leftovers because look how much is still left in here. And then with a beef rib, you can make a ragu, a nice sauce with that.
Awesome.
With the leftovers.
And this pot is removable.
Removable.
We throw that in the dishwasher?
Dishwasher safe.
Okay, awesome.
Right into the top
Robert
rack.
is watching us on Facebook.
right.
He bought these as gifts. And Bonnie, she said she
wonderful.
bought one. It's just her and her sweetheart at the
Okay.
house. I'm assuming it's a sweetheart, Bonnie. I know it is. It's perfect. It's enough for them with the leftovers. Okay, so this is like one of those recipes that we die for. Like everybody around the studio comes in here and waits to have cheesy ham grits,
That's
a
right.
dish that normally can really fall flat.
Yes, it needs a lot of time. You have to babysit your grits, right? You have to keep stirring them.
Yes.
So what I love about this is you don't. You're just using your rice setting, and the grits are done in 10 minutes. 10 minutes active cooking time. That's right. The grits were done in 10 minutes, and then all we're doing is stirring the cheese and the ham in there.
So it incorporates?
To incorporate.
And then we're done?
Yeah, so I mean, it's the best way to use butter and salt and pepper in your grits. You add your cheese and ham
Oh my
right at the
gosh,
end. Would you like to try
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Now that is a low-fat cheese that we use this time.
All
a
right.
Low-fat
Well,
cheddar.
you know what? It's nice because we're New
We're
year,
just,
new
you
you.
know, when you can cut corners that way and shave off a few calories, I think it's pretty important to do. There we go. Yeah.
So perfectly cooked. And I would never have known it's low-fat cheese if
Right.
you didn't tell me.
Right.
Oh, it's so creamy. It is so, so good. What do you got in the purple?
So over here, we actually did a Tuscan bean soup. So this soup
So good.
has also active cooking time of about 15 minutes, 20 minutes on the outside, depending on how tender you like those beans. So then what we can do is we can actually stir some spinach in here and let that wilt. But I just want you to see what this looks like when we serve it up. That's just gorgeous. The only thing that I might also put in here, maybe a little ditalini, some pasta, right?
Yes.
I love those.
I love that you said ditalini. My
Yes.
grandmother cooked with that all the time when I was growing up.
They're my favorite.
Do you know I showed it to my boys and I made a little pasta out of it and I thought they'd love it and they were like, "Oh, what's
Oh,
this?"
that's
I'm
a
like,
shame.
Oh, so lost in
It's
the
such an
youth.
elegant
That nostalgia.
pasta.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's
well.
beautiful for a minestrone. It's beautiful for a Tuscan bean soup like this. Anything like that.
Can
is
you
gonna
do
be
me a quick
perfect.
favor? Because on Sunday, when you had this with David, they were asking me in the chat, can you just show the front and the different functions so everybody
Yeah.
can see it?
So we'll just move this aside. So
Okay, thank you.
You got that right there. So I'm going to come around. Are we good? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you're going to use this menu button right here. And the menu button, let me turn that off first. The menu button starts right over here with high pressure. You can choose the low pressure cooking on it. You just keep moving that menu button until you get what you want. Here I'm using the browning feature. So maybe I'm going to brown some beef short ribs. So then I'll hit start. And that browning feature will come on and it's preset right there to 30 minutes. So you've got 30 minutes active cooking time with your prep, and then put it back in, use your stewing feature or your chili button, and then use that to pressure cook your ribs.
Fantastic. Okay, this is very popular.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you are picking this up. It's a great price and a great item. It's a great second pressure cooker too. If you
Yes.
do cook for crowds and need the side dishes that complement
Oh, absolutely.
what is going on,
Mm-hmm.
or just when you downsize, or the kids go off to college during the winter and it's just you and your sweetie, you don't have to pull out the big one.
That's right.
That's what I'm thinking.
And you look at the small footprint. It's 10 inches. So it's a 10-inch diameter, and it weighs less than 6 pounds. I love that fact about this. So it's very lightweight, but it's a supercharged unit. I mean,
It's 1,500 watt power.
It does a lot.
Yeah.
I have some other things to show right
Okay,
over here.
can I show colors while you go
Yes.
grab it? Here, starting it off, the stainless steel, beautiful. I know, oh, right, that's red. That's okay, that's all right. There's your stainless steel, okay? Looks really pretty if you have all those stainless steel appliances, really nice. Next to that is that red, beautiful metallic finish, looks like ruby. Then we have the copper, my color, love it. Next to that is the purple. Then we have blue. And finally, green. Again, you are getting a measuring cup because you need water when you cook with pressure or liquid. And then you get this nice kind of spoon to stir to serve with. Really nice. Again, the comparable retail value for this should be $51 and change. We're under 40. This is a feature price, which is a break in the QVC price, so you're saving a couple bucks, but it will not last forever. Neither will our easy pay. So now you're getting it home for $13.33. Joe, stirring up something good. I can smell the aromas. What do you got now?
So what we did is we took your favorite barbecue sauce and some chicken thighs. So we browned those thighs using the browning feature,
Okay.
and then just put that sauce on there, about 2 cups total.
All right.
Whatever your favorite sauce is, and then you see this result in about 10 minutes time, right?
I'm going to have pulled pork sliders in 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Come on.
I know, right?
I mean, we're all pinched on time these days.
Yes, 10
with all the
minutes.
responsibilities going on. We're working later hours at work,
Yes.
maybe volunteering. To be able to come home and say, oh, I have a craving for pulled pork, but yeah, that's a weekend thing, or I don't have the time to sit, I didn't plan ahead and put the pork in a slow cooker.
That's right.
Use your pressure cooker, and in 10 minutes, look what you can do.
That's right. You can even use a time delay. So maybe you're expecting someone in about an hour. Do a time delay and then have it start cooking when you want it to cook, so that the food is ready right on schedule.
Oh, fantastic.
When people get home or get home from school or work or whatever. So here we did chicken and dumplings. And once again, we're talking about a 10-minute recipe, active cooking time. So we did those drop biscuits right on top, right? And then look at that rich gravy in there. Boy, that is just
I love the drop
delicious.
dumplings.
I know, right?
Oh, but that's in 10 minutes. I have a recipe. It takes me 2 hours
I
to do it in a
know.
Dutch oven.
That's right. When I cook for Parish Hall Kitchen, I'm usually doing like a whole hotel pan. So that's at least 2 hours in the oven before I even put the biscuits on.
My little one just got over the flu, and all I wanted to do was be able to get him something hearty like this, whether it was a chicken noodle soup or the chicken and dumpling, to be able to feed him. But again, I wouldn't have been able, to take a couple hours in the day. That's what I would have had to do. Now I'm thinking,
Yeah.
I have the pressure cooker.
Yeah,
at home.
absolutely. You could slow cook the gravy and do the drop biscuits right at the end.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. One more reveal, and then we'll have to wrap it up.
Okay, so what we have
Saffron
here is a
rice.
saffron rice
Perfect.
with chickpeas, right? So a little garlic, a little chicken stock, the chickpeas, and oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
100 now
Smell
spoken for.
goodness, there you go.
$13.33. Grab this. It's a keeper. It's a winner chicken dinner. Chef Joe, thank you so much. I want to give a
Thank
shout
you.
out to Robin. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Also, Brian R., shout out to you. And finally, Melissa, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right.